Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, your money just disappears? You get your paycheck, you swear this time you'll save a chunk of it, maybe even start investing. But a few weeks later, it's gone. Rent, bills, groceries, a few nights out, and suddenly you're back to zero. Meanwhile, you scroll through social media and see people your age buying homes, traveling the world, or casually talking about their stock portfolios as if money just works differently for them. You start thinking maybe they got lucky. Maybe they have rich parents, won the lottery, or hit some magic crypto jackpot years ago. But what if I told you that being in a better financial position than 95% of people isn't about luck, inheritance, or even earning six figures? It's actually much simpler than you think. You don't have to live off instant noodles or argue with cashiers over expired coupons. You don't have to hustle 18 hours a day or start 5 side businesses just to keep up. The truth is, financial success isn't about grinding harder. It's about understanding what 95% of people completely ignore. Welcome to Mike Compound, where we turn complicated financial systems into simple, actionable steps that actually work. I've spent years studying how everyday people can transform their finances from complete chaos into calm control. I've seen people go from living paycheck to paycheck, constantly anxious about their bills, to confidently building their first $10,000 in savings. Some even went on to create 6-figure investment portfolios, and more importantly, they finally slept well at night. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same. And here's the best part. It doesn't take years, not even 1 year. You can be financially ahead of 95% of people in just 3 months. 3 months from now, your money can start working differently for you if you understand and apply what I'm about to share. Now, before we go deeper, I want you to imagine something. Picture 2 versions of yourself standing side by side. One is the current you, working hard, trying your best, but always feeling like money is slipping through your fingers. The other version? That's you 90 days from now. Someone who knows exactly where every dollar goes, who has money growing automatically in the background, and who's no longer afraid to check their bank account balance. The difference between these 2 versions isn't luck. It's awareness, systems, and consistent action. Most financial advice out there focuses on tiny optimizations. People love to tell you to skip your morning coffee, cancel your Netflix, or spend 3 hours finding the cheapest gas station in town. That's like trying to lose weight by switching from soda to diet soda while eating pizza every day. Technically, it helps, but it's not solving the real issue. You're playing small when you should be thinking big. The real secret to getting ahead financially lies in mastering what I call the 5 key numbers. These are the 5 numbers that 95% of people never track, never understand, and never even think about. Yet these are the exact numbers that separate people who struggle from those who quietly build wealth. When you finally understand them, everything changes. Your financial decisions become clear, your stress goes down, and your savings start growing almost automatically. I know that sounds bold, but stay with me, because once you master these 5 numbers, you'll start noticing something strange. The less you have to think about money, the more control you'll feel. You'll stop reacting to every emergency and start anticipating it. You'll make better choices, not because you suddenly became smarter, but because the system you built is smarter than your old habits. And here's the real kicker. You don't need to earn more money to do this. You just need to start managing the money you already have better than the average person does. In fact, when you realize how most people handle their finances, you'll understand why being in the top 5% isn't that hard. It's just rare. So if you've ever felt like financial peace is only for the rich or the lucky, this video is going to flip that belief upside down. Because today, you're not just going to learn about money, you're going to build a system that makes it work for you. Ready? Then let's dive into step 1. The 5 numbers that 95% of people completely ignore, and how mastering them will put you years ahead financially. Let's start with a simple truth. Most people have no idea what's really happening with their money. They think they do. They know roughly what they earn. They kind of know what they spend. But ask them one specific question like, how much money do you actually spend every month? And you'll get an awkward silence followed by something like, about 300, I think, really, conveniently ending in 3 zeros. That's not data. That's a guess. And that's exactly why so many people feel like they're constantly treading water. They're flying blind through their financial life, hoping everything somehow works out. But money doesn't work on hope. It works on math. Once you understand your numbers, everything changes. You go from chaos to control. You stop wondering where your paycheck goes, and you start telling your money where to go. So let's break down the 5 key numbers that can transform your financial life in just 3 months. Number 1, your burn rate. This is the foundation of everything. It's the total amount of money leaving your accounts each month. Bills, subscriptions, groceries, gas, Amazon orders, everything. Not what you think you spend, what you actually spend. Here's how you calculate it. Log into your bank and credit card accounts. Look at your total spending for the last 3 months. Add them up, then divide by 3. That's your average monthly burn rate. And yes, you include everything. Even that one-time expense you swear was unusual. Because the truth is, there's always something unusual. Once you see your real number, don't panic. Most people are shocked to find out they're spending $1,500 to $2,000 more than they thought. But that's good. It means you've just uncovered the truth. You can't fix what you can't see. Knowing your burn rate gives you clarity, and clarity is the first step to freedom. Number 2, your money. Black hole, debt. Debt isn't just about owing money. It's about the emotional weight that comes with it. Every dollar you owe is a tiny piece of future income you've already spent. And that's why so many people feel trapped. They're living today on money they haven't earned yet. Write down every single debt you have. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, personal loans, mortgage, even that $500 you still owe your cousin. Next to each one, write the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. Now, use a free debt calculator to find out how long it would take to pay everything off if you only made minimum payments. That number might hurt, but it's your wake-up call. If your credit card is charging 25% interest, that's not just expensive, it's financial quicksand. But here's the power move. Add just $100 extra a month to your highest interest debt, and you'll shave years off your repayment timeline. That's not some motivational quote. It's math compounding in your favor. You don't have to pay everything off overnight. You just have to start moving in the right direction. Number 3, your safety net, savings. Let's talk about the difference between people who sleep peacefully at night and people who wake up at 3 a.m. checking their bank app. The difference isn't income, it's savings. Most people treat saving money like a New Year's resolution. They try for a few weeks, then stop. But saving isn't something you try. It's something you automate. You don't try to brush your teeth every night. You just do it. Start with something ridiculously small, $20 a month. The goal isn't the amount, it's the habit. Set up an automatic transfer to a high-yield savings account on the same day you get paid. That way, the money disappears before you can spend it. Once that feels natural, increase it to 5% of your take-home pay, then 10%. You'll be shocked how quickly it adds up, and how much calmer you'll feel knowing you're not one emergency away from disaster. Number 4 is your money working for you, investing. Most people think investing is only for the rich or for people who understand the stock market. But here's the secret. Wealthy people don't invest because they're rich. They're rich because they invest. The goal isn't to time the market. It's to spend time in the market. Start simple. If your employer offers a retirement plan with matching contributions, max it out. That's free money. Then open a Roth IRA or a simple index fund with a reputable firm like Vanguard or Fidelity. Automate a small monthly contribution, even $100. If you earn 7% per year, that $100 can become nearly $250,000 over 40 years. You don't have to become a finance genius. You just have to be consistent. And remember, your money should be working at least as hard as you are. Number 5, the housing red zone. Let's talk about the biggest trap most people don't even realize they're in. Housing. It's not the $5 coffee that's keeping you broke. It's the $2,500 rent. If you're spending more than 28% of your gross income on housing, you're in what I call the red zone. That means your home is quietly strangling your financial growth. Take your rent or mortgage, add utilities, and divide by your monthly income. If it's over 30%, that's a warning sign. Housing should be your foundation, not your anchor. If it's weighing you down, it's time to make a tough decision. Downsize, renegotiate, or relocate, because no amount of budgeting will save you if your biggest expense is bleeding you dry. Now, write these 5 numbers down: your burn rate, total debt, monthly savings, monthly investment, and housing percentage. These 5 numbers will give you more financial clarity than 95% of people will ever have in their entire lives. But here's the truth. Knowing them isn't enough. Knowledge without action changes nothing. The next step is what turns these numbers into a living system that grows your money automatically. And that's exactly what we're about to do next. You now have your 5 key numbers, the financial blueprint that most people go their entire lives without ever understanding. But here's the harsh truth. Knowing these numbers doesn't change your life. It's like buying a gym membership but never showing up. Knowledge is potential power, not real power. The transformation happens when you turn that knowledge into an automated system, one that keeps building your wealth even when you're tired, distracted, or just not in the mood to be good with money. Think of it this way. The wealthiest people aren't more disciplined than you. They've just built systems that remove discipline from the equation. They don't rely on willpower, because willpower is like your phone battery. It drains throughout the day. By the time you get home from work, you're out of energy, and that's when bad financial decisions happen. You order takeout instead of cooking, skip saving just this month, or make an impulse Amazon purchase you instantly regret. Automation solves all of that. It's like hiring a personal assistant who never gets tired, never forgets, and never makes emotional decisions about money. Except this assistant works for free. So let's build your personal Mike Compound system for financial automation, step by step. Step 1, pay yourself first before you even see the money. Most people get paid, pay their bills, buy stuff, and then see what's left to save. That's backwards. The wealthy do the exact opposite. They save and invest first, then spend what's left. Here's how to flip the script. The moment your paycheck hits your account, have your bank automatically divide it into different buckets. For example, 50% goes toward fixed expenses like rent, utilities, and debt payments. 20% goes straight to your savings and investments. 30% is your guilt-free spending money for everything else, food, entertainment, fun. You can adjust those percentages slightly depending on your situation, but the principle is non-negotiable. Pay yourself first. If you wait until the end of the month to save, you'll never have anything left. And here's the best part. This system works even if your income isn't huge. The amount doesn't matter nearly as much as the habit, because saving $50 automatically every month beats promising to save funds and never doing it. Step 2, automate your savings. Set up a high-yield savings account that earns at least 4% interest. Then, create an automatic transfer from your checking account that moves your savings percentage the day after you get paid. That's key. The money should leave your account before you get used to seeing it. Why the day after? Because this removes temptation. You can't spend what you never touch. It's a simple psychological trick, but it's one of the most powerful wealth-building tools on earth. Over time, your savings account becomes your financial safety net, the calm in the storm. This isn't just about emergencies. It's about freedom. Freedom to take a break, switch jobs, start something new without fear. That's what real wealth feels like. Step 3, automate your bills. Set every recurring expense you can to autopay. I know, some people panic at this idea. They like checking everything manually. But let's be honest. When was the last time you caught an error that justified the mental load of doing all that? Most people lose far more money to late fees and interest than they ever save by manually checking their bills. Automation keeps you consistent, and consistency is what makes wealth compound. If you're worried about overdrafting, keep a small cushion, maybe 1 week's worth of expenses, in your checking account. That way, you're always covered. Step 4, automate your investments. This is where your money starts working harder than you do. Open a Roth IRA or an index fund account with a reliable company. Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, any of the big names. Then, automate a monthly contribution, even if it's tiny at first. You don't need to time the market or chase the next big stock. Consistency beats genius every time. The goal isn't to become a Wall Street expert. It's to quietly and steadily let compound growth do the heavy lifting. For example, if you invest just $200 per month with an average 7% annual return, you'll have nearly $500,000 in 40 years. And if you increase that amount as your income grows, the results are even more dramatic. Remember, compound interest doesn't reward perfection, it rewards consistency. Step 5, make spending effortless and guilt-free. Once you've automated savings, bills, and investments, you can spend the rest guilt-free. Seriously, stop obsessing over every latte or small expense. That's financial noise. When your system handles the big stuff automatically, you're free to enjoy your money without shame or anxiety. You can buy something nice, go out to dinner, or treat yourself, knowing that your financial foundation is already handled. This is what freedom feels like, not cutting out every joy in life, but building a system that lets you enjoy it without stress. Now here's the things most people won't tell you. Even the best systems need one crucial ingredient: momentum. You can automate everything, but if you stop paying attention entirely, complacency creeps in. The next phase is about creating a mindset that keeps your system alive and growing. Because real financial mastery isn't just about systems, it's about psychology. And in the next step, we'll explore the mindset shift that separates people who stay wealthy from those who fall back into old habits. Here's something that surprises most people. Building wealth isn't just about math, it's about mindset. You could know every strategy in the world, automate your savings, and even start investing. But if your brain still treats money like an enemy, you'll always find a way to sabotage your progress. Think about it. How many times have you made progress? Maybe you paid off a credit card, built up some savings, and then something happened. You celebrated by spending it, or you thought, I deserve this, and suddenly you were back to square one. That's not bad luck. That's your psychology pulling you back to your comfort zone. Most people think the biggest obstacle to wealth is income. It's not. It's identity. If deep down, you still see yourself as someone who isn't good with money, your actions will always find a way to prove that story true. The key is to rewrite that story, not by forcing discipline, but by building evidence. Every time you automate a transfer, pay a bill on time, or choose to save instead of spend, you're not just managing money, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of control. And over time, those small wins build a new identity. Someone who handles money calmly, intelligently, and confidently. Let's call this the 90-day mindset shift, because that's how long it takes to rewire your habits. For 90 days, you're going to think like an investor, not a spender. Instead of asking, can I afford this? You'll ask, does this move me closer to freedom or further from it? The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. You'll still have slip-ups. Everyone does. What matters is that you keep the system alive. Remember, you don't have to manage your money perfectly. You just have to manage it better than the average person, and that's a much lower bar than you think. Here's a little trick I use with clients. Pick one simple rule that makes money decisions automatic. For example, I never spend windfalls, I invest them. I never touch my savings, it's sacred. If it costs more than $100, I wait 24 hours before buying. These tiny mental shortcuts prevent 90% of bad financial decisions before they even happen. Because at the end of the day, it's not your spreadsheet that builds wealth, it's your behavior. The truth is, most people will never take these steps. They'll keep watching videos, collecting advice, and waiting for the perfect time. But wealth doesn't come from waiting, it comes from starting. And if you've come this far, you're already ahead of almost everyone. In just 90 days, if you apply what you've learned, your financial life will look completely different. Not because you made more money, but because you finally took control of what you already had. And that shift, right there, is how people quietly move from surviving to thriving. So here's where everything comes together. You've learned the 5 numbers that 95% of people ignore, and you've built a system that runs your money automatically, even when life gets messy. You've also started rewiring how you think about money, shifting from, I hope I have enough, to, I know exactly where my money goes. Now comes the real challenge, the 90-day transformation. For the next 3 months, I want you to commit to running your new financial system without skipping a beat. No overthinking, no perfectionism, just follow the process. Here's what will happen if you stick with it. After the first month, you'll feel more clarity than ever before. You'll see where your money goes, and that awareness alone will make you spend smarter. After the second month, you'll start noticing the effects of automation. Your savings will grow quietly in the background. You'll pay bills without stress. You'll realize how much mental energy you've wasted worrying about money that now takes care of itself. And by the third month, you'll experience something that 95% of people never feel: financial calm. The feeling of waking up and knowing that your money is finally working for you, not against you. That's when you stop chasing financial peace and start living it. Now let's be honest. Most people won't do this. They'll watch this video, nod in agreement, and move on. But a few of you, the ones who actually take action today, you're about to change your entire future. Because wealth isn't built in big dramatic moments. It's built in small, consistent actions, the ones you barely notice but never stop doing. So before you close this video, take one small action right now. Open a high-yield savings account. Set an automatic transfer, even $20. Don't wait for the right time. The right time is this exact moment. 3 months from now, you'll either look back grateful that you started or wish you had. The choice, as always, is yours. I'm Mike Compound, and my goal is simple: to make money simple for you. Subscribe for more videos that turn financial confusion into financial confidence, one step, one habit, and one smart decision at a time.